Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the digestion of the food products. So whenever we discuss the different types of digestion, first of all we'll divide the food products and where all the types of food product will be digested, everything we are going to see now. So first of all, we will discuss the digestion of carbohydrate. First of all, we need to know what is the carbohydrate. So carbohydrate is actually the basic food products that need to have or that need to be present in our diet so that it can be useful for the building block process, formation process of our body. Now this carbohydrate, where it is present, what is the source of the carbohydrate? That is the rice or wheat. Okay, that will be also present in potato, in almost all kind of main food or the staple food which we take, that is the carbohydrate, rice, wheat, potato, where we will have basically the source of carbohydrate. And yes, everywhere we will take the sugar also, so sugar is also a basic source of carbohydrate. Now this carbohydrate, how it has been present, you can see the rice, whatever the food nutrient is present in rice, that is the carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is found in three forms. One is the monosaccharide, which is the unit, right? And what is the unit called? This is the monosaccharide. Saccharide means sugar, so if it contains only one sugar, that will be monosaccharide. Then after that we are going to have the oligosaccharide. That means oligo means few, 2 to 9 sugar if it is present attaching with each other. That means monosaccharides attached to each other by means of the glycosidic bond, and it formed the oligosaccharide. And after that we are going to have the polysaccharide, and this polysaccharide will have more than 9 saccharide sugar molecule attached to each other by glycosidic bond. Now to see where the carbohydrate will be digested. One thing you need to know, that this carbohydrate will be digested in two regions. One is the mouth or the buccal cavity. So here the first carbohydrate will be digested, and second here in the intestine, that is in the region of the duodenum and in the small intestine. First of all, in the mouth, the food will be digested by the salivary gland. So here in the buccal cavity, remember, in the buccal cavity the food will be first of all will start to digest. In the region of the duodenum, that will be digested. So here you can write in duodenum. The main gland present here is the pancreas. So pancreatic amylase that will be released from the pancreas, which will help in digestion of the carbohydrate after the stomach. Next one, in the region of the small intestine. In small intestine, what are the regions? In jejunum and ileum. Okay, remaining food particles will be digested. So here I will tell you that the starch, is actually a polysaccharide. Okay, so remember that this starch is a polysaccharide. Here this starch is a polysaccharide. Next on maltose. Maltose is actually a disaccharide. Disaccharide means it is going to have two sugar molecule, and where it will be there in the oligosaccharide, because oligosaccharide will going to have two saccharide molecule. 2 to 9 molecules of sugar if it is present, that will be oligosaccharide. If it is 2 sugar present, that will be also oligosaccharide. So maltose is a disaccharide. So here this maltose is a disaccharide. Sucrose is a disaccharide. Then the lactose is also disaccharide. And the unit here is glucose. This is a monosaccharide. Then fructose, that is also monosaccharide, and galactose, which is also a monosaccharide. Now I hope you understand what are the three types of molecules or the forms of the carbohydrate. Monosaccharide means it's the simplest one. What are they? Glucose, fructose and galactose. Then oligosaccharide, what are they? Maltose, sucrose and lactose. And what is the complex or the polysaccharide form? Here it is the starch, right? So let's just see first of all where all the types of food will be digested, right? So first of all, just see in the buccal cavity what happened. The starch that will be acted upon by the salivary amylase. I told already that the salivary amylase that will be released from the salivary glands in the pH 6.8, and it will convert the starch into the maltose, which is a disaccharide, right? Now here the starch that will be acted upon by the salivary amylase that go on the digestion process, which will continue in the region of the esophagus, because esophagus will not going to have its own enzyme, so there is no pH change. So here in the esophagus region, the same food that has been digested in, that is mixed with the salivary amylase, that will continue on digestion in the region of the esophagus. But remember, in the region of the stomach pH is around 1.2. In this 1.2 pH, the salivary amylase will get deactivated. One thing you have to know, that every type of enzymes that will work on a specific pH, okay, if it is increased or decreased, that specific enzyme is not able to work. So what is happening in the region of the stomach, the pH gets changed to 1.2. So that's why the salivary amylase is present, but the salivary amylase that will not able to work, it get deactivated, and then another enzyme, that is pepsin, that will start activating, and it will start work on the protein. So here in the stomach region, the food will not be able to digest because of the change in the pH. Then whenever the food will pass from the stomach region to a region of duodenum, one thing already I have drawn the hepatopancreatic duct system. In the hepatopancreatic duct system, what we have seen, that the bile is released, so bile will change the pH from 1.2 to around 7.1 to 8.3. So once again the pH get basic. So in that, the pancreatic juice that contain the pancreatic amylase, that pancreatic amylase will convert the starch into, once again, the another that means disaccharide. What is that? That will be maltose. Okay, so here this maltose is a disaccharide which is present, that is been digested by the saliva, by the pancreatic amylase in the region of duodenum. So the food that is present coming for a little while in the duodenum region, that will break almost all the starch into the maltose. Now the disaccharides are present, and it will moving to the region of the jejunum and ileum. In the jejunum and ileum, the succus entericus means the juice that is releasing from the crypts of Leberkuhn, that will have maltase enzyme, sucrase enzyme, and lactase enzyme. So this maltase, sucrase, and lactase, that will eventually break the disaccharides, that is maltose, into glucose. That means 2 molecules of glucose will form the maltose. That maltose will be broken down by maltase enzyme in pH 7.6 into 2 molecules of glucose. The sucrase, which is released from the same crypts of Leberkuhn, that is succus entericus, that will be working on the sucrose, and this will convert into glucose and fructose. And the lactose, that will be acted upon by the lactase enzyme in the same pH, that is 7.6. It will be converted into its simplest form, that is glucose and galactose. And this all glucose, galactose, fructose, all of them, they are the monosaccharides. So the process of digestion will be completed when the molecule or that food molecule will further cannot be divided. That means to its unit it will be divided, it will be digested, and after that, whenever they are attaining the monosaccharide, after that any type of digestion will not occur. Right, so digestion is completed whenever the food is in its unit state. So monosaccharide is the unit, right? So whenever it is attaining the unit, digestion of food, digestion of carbohydrate here in the region of the jejunum and ileum is completed, right? So yes, that is the process of digestion of carbohydrate. I hope you understand. So that's all about the carbohydrate digestion. Remember, carbohydrate digestion occurs in the buccal cavity, continue in the esophagus, in the stomach it will be not digested, in the duodenum it will be once again by the pancreatic amylase that will go and continue on digestion, and in the region of jejunum and ileum all the carbohydrate that is in the disaccharide form will be converted into its monomeric form, that is the monosaccharide. So that's all about the video. I hope you understand the carbohydrate digestion. Thank you.